Hi, I'm Jared Edwards. This semester at Around and About Orange County News, every single student worked together to produce one of the best semesters today. Our student producers worked hard to bring you a variety of stories from hard news to sports. Let's take a look and see what's up.
With 2012 being an election year, a lot of our focus was towards politics. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican or just like the party, you will see that in these packages, everyone will always have an opinion.
It was a rough night for the Republican Party of Orange County, who held their election night party in Costa Mesa at the Westin. Local politicians and Republicans came out to support Mitt Romney and other state and local officials running for office. Updates on how Republicans were doing in different races were given throughout the night. People were still optimistic as Romney took an early lead in electoral votes. As the polls closed, they cheered each time he won another state. The turning point of this GOP election party was when Obama was projected the winner of Ohio. The mood changed drastically in the room and many headed towards the door. Shortly after Ohio was announced, President Obama was projected the winner. Those in attendance were not so happy.
I think that under the Obama administration that we're really headed in the wrong direction nationally, and I was hoping that we could turn things around. So turn our economy around. We need to stop spending money. President Obama has the idea that we can spend our way out of a recession, and you and I know that that doesn't work in our private finances.
Former mayor of Huntington Beach tells me why he believes Mitt Romney would have made a better president.
He would be more focused on jobs, just the way his campaign was, to reduce the debt, and he was really focused on jobs and jobs and jobs. And that's the big thing right now is we have a lot of people out of work.
Former Governor Pete Wilson was also in attendance and commended the Republicans for a tough fight.
We got outspent, but not outfought.
Many of those in attendance stayed to hear Mitt Romney's concession speech. However, when it was time for President Obama to speak, many walked away, and those who did listen were very hostile. At the end of the night, the Republicans were disappointed with the outcome of the presidential election, but the only bright spots were some of the state and local elections they won. Reporting from Costa Mesa, Alejandra Salgado, Around and About Orange County News.
Ellis the elephant was a big history fan, excited to learn how our nation began. Ellis packed up his trunk and hit Liberty's trail. First stop, Williamsburg, to begin our great tale. And our tale too begins here, and it is a tale of two books, a tale of he said and she said. A tale about American history from two different perspectives. Well, they do have one thing in common. They both bear the Gingrich name. Callista Gingrich is at the Nixon Library to autograph Land of the Pilgrim's Pride, the second installment in the children's book series she authored, while her hubby Newt came along to tell all about victory at Yorktown, the grand finale in his retelling of the Revolutionary War. Well, okay, he also gave a speech and got a standing ovation from the crowd. But let's back up a bit. Newt started by explaining the psychology of George Washington.
The only time in the entire Revolutionary War that Washington behaves with enormous emotion is the morning that they sight the French fleet.
Then he analyzed Republican failure to thrive in the recent election.
You want to know why you don't get very many Latino votes? Why don't you start by visiting people who are Latinos? You want to know why you got even fewer Asian votes than Latino votes? Go, for example, to the Korean community in Los Angeles.
Then he got some tough questions.
Has Congress ever considered taking a pay cut in order to show good faith to the American people?
Yes, I think in 1933.
And that, ladies and gents, was the former Speaker of the House and 2012 presidential candidate, the quick-witted Newt Gingrich. Now, on to the exciting part, where Newt's patient audience gets to meet him and his lovely lady in person, and bring home some signatures as souvenirs. Callista's rhyming picture book will surely help kids learn.
This is a really good way to teach children about American history.
But will anyone read Newt's new novel?
I absolutely would. Yeah, it's always best to learn more, you know.
Well, there you have it. Reading and learning are good. Now that's something even presidential candidates can't argue about. But I wouldn't put that to the test. This is Lele in Yorba Linda for Around and About Orange County News.
20 seconds to shoot 8 rounds into that
The sounds of gunshot rang off for a good cause. To raise money for Socks for Heroes, a special project started by the San Clemente Marine Corps Support Group, which supports Marines who are deployed in Afghanistan. On target in Laguna Niguel was the host of Warrior Games, a friendly shooting competition to raise money for Socks for Heroes. The co-founder tells us how the program came about.
Well, we started it a little bit after our son Donald was killed. Our son was a Marine in Afghanistan, was killed by an IED in 2009. And afterwards, the Marines were so kind to us that we wanted to give something back. When his unit redeployed back to Sangin in Afghanistan, we asked them, what is it that you need? They told us socks, which we thought was odd, because we thought that the government gave them. But the reality of it is that our Marines pay for their own uniforms.
Many came out to take their shot at helping out. The participants had the opportunity to shoot 8 bullets from 3 different guns. The winner was determined by the combined score of all 3. The winners of the shooting competition for both men and women won a Springfield XD handgun. A volunteer tells me why she joined the cause.
Well, I'm a member next door on Target. I come and shoot several times a week, and so I've seen the competitions before, and I think the cause is absolutely wonderful. We need to show our appreciation for the people that are helping our country.
But for those not so keen about shooting a gun, they too got to help. The event also included a silent auction, food and drinks, raffles, and games for both children and adults. Socks for Heroes has sent over 136,000 pairs of socks to Marines in Afghanistan and continue to seek donations to be able to help many more. Reporting from Laguna Niguel, Alejandra Salgado, Around and About Orange County News.
Although politics played a major role this semester, there were also a myriad of other news stories that made headlines. Let's take a peek at some of those.
Family members, friends, and supporters of Kelly Thomas gathered at the Fullerton City Council meeting in anticipation of clearing him of any wrongdoing the night he was beaten by 6 members of the Fullerton Police Department. He died 5 days later from the injuries he sustained. After surveillance footage of the beating surfaced, community members were outraged and demanded justice for Kelly. 14 months later, those who support Kelly see some progress in that fight for justice. During the City Council meeting, Acting Police Chief Dan Hughes read a statement clearing Thomas of 3 claims related to the events of that night. The first was regarding a backpack police claim Thomas stole containing a computer tablet, keys, and a passport. He also reported no officers received any broken bones during the confrontation, despite contrary reports. And lastly, he announced that there was no evidence that Kelly Thomas was attempting to steal anything from any vehicles in the parking lot at the Slide Bar. After the announcement, Ron Thomas, the father of Kelly Thomas, had the opportunity to address the City Council. He was very emotional and admitted he didn't know if he was going to be able to get through his speech.
I need to thank Captain Hughes for working with me, for doing this.
This announcement is one Ron Thomas has been fighting for.
Working with Acting Chief Dan Hughes over the last couple of weeks specifically, we agreed on some language that I was happy with, and you know, his name is cleared of any wrongdoing, so it's great.
Although Ron Thomas was satisfied with the statement by the police chief, not all the Kelly Thomas supporters were satisfied.
I wanted to hear what we all saw on the video, which is that Kelly had no chance to fight back, that he was brutally beaten for 10 minutes, that they escalated the situation, and that he did not escalate the situation. That's what I wanted to hear, and I didn't hear it.
There were also supporters of the police department at the meeting, and some believe it is too premature to judge the police officers.
And let's find out what really did happen. We're not going to find that out until we go through a trial and there's an answer one way or the other, whether it was right or wrong.
2 out of the 6 officers involved were charged and will undergo trial. Both pled not guilty. Reporting from Fullerton, Alejandra Salgado, Around and About Orange County News.
For most students, bikes are the sole form of transportation that gets them where they want to go. This past summer, Santa Ana College had a slew of bike thefts that left students wondering if they could be next.
Just a couple days ago, I just bought a new lock because I had a really thin one. So I've actually seen the pictures, little pictures about the bikes and stuff, cameras, and I feel a little secure that my bike is being watched, but I still have like my insecurities.
Authorities say that one of the best ways to deter thieves is by buying a lock like this. It's called the U-lock. Its thickness is a great way to deter them from going to your bike versus a chain lock or a wire lock like this. Even though it is security, it's easy to cut through with a pair of bolt cutters. A new high-tech camera system that was recently installed on the Santa Ana College campus enabled police to arrest a former SAC student and her 16-year-old son on suspicion of bike theft. The district-wide security upgrade cost about $9 million and was made possible through separate district finance capital projects funds, officials said. About $1 million was spent on SAC's campus alone, adding some 150 cameras and 50 more which will be added in all entrance and exit points to total 400 cameras district-wide. The high-tech system enables the person who is watching it to see crystal clear images, which can help in instances like these bike thefts. The incident report involving the 16-year-old and his mother started by the parking lot 11 on the campus college, where 2 male suspects were seen on camera taking 2 out of 3 bicycles that were locked on the west side of the U building. The suspects were then seen riding off towards a green 4-door Honda that was driven by a female driver. The next day, campus security spotted the green Honda, which gave the investigating officer a chance to write down the license plate and then was handed to police. The new digital from analog cameras will help deter potential on-campus thefts, as well as ease the mind of students throughout the district. For Round and About Orange County News, I'm Jared Edwards.
Shock and devastation is what Los Amigos High School principal Robin Patterson felt when she found out that equipment from the baseball team was stolen from a storage locker unit next to the field the last weekend before the new school year began. Baseball coach Art Maltby was notified of the break-in and was shocked when he saw the storage unit.
Upon entering, I found all the lockers were wide open and all of the equipment was obviously taken. You could just, right as I walked in, I could tell that everything was gone.
The way this storage locker room was broken into was by snapping this thick lock underneath this protective welding in the back of the storage unit. Once inside, the burglar or burglars got away with the team's bats, gloves, catcher's gear, and baseballs. The value of everything that was stolen is about $4,000.
We don't have a whole lot of money to replace the equipment, so my first reaction was, it being so close to school, it was about the kids and how are we going to get them off and started at the a week later.
But thankfully for the team, when others heard about the stolen equipment, the community stepped up to donate money, including the Angels, Diamond Sports, and Baseball Hall of Famer Frank Robinson, who presented a check to the school on behalf of the MLB.
It's a horrible thing that happened, but the response by the community has just been overwhelming.
This is an unfortunate time for this burglary to happen to the school and the team, who are in the midst of rebuilding their baseball program, even advancing to the CIF playoffs for the first time in 30 years last season. And although the season does not begin until the spring, the team participates in fall ball, which is a week away. But the team is still confident about this season.
It's a minor speed bump in what we're doing, but we'll still get through it and we're going to have a great season like we did last year.
Fountain Valley Police continue to seek for the person or people responsible for the robbery. Reporting from Fountain Valley, Alejandra Salgado, Around and About Orange County News.
No matter how stressful things get in the control room, here at Around and About Orange County News, we not only cover hard news, we also cover stories that encompass the more exciting parts of the OC. Roll it.
Welcome to Sin City. The Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino hosted the 13th Annual Latin Grammys, sponsored by Univision. Hundreds of spectators waited outside of the gates since 4 in the morning to catch a glimpse of the artists pass by. Some celebrities that attended the green carpet event were Jaime Camil from the hit novela Por Ella Soy Eva. Lucero was caught wearing a gorgeous gold dress, and the superstar actor Gabriel Soto also attended the event. Previous Grammy winner Joan Sebastian was not nominated this year, however, attended to support his fellow artists. Brazilian star Michel Tello passed by with his friends from Blue Man Group and danced his hit single, Seuchi Pego, while his fans sang along. David Bisbal was nominated and took home the Grammy for Best Traditional Vocal Pop Album. I was given a taste of some Colombian flavor with the talented group Piso 21.
Solo quiero besarte, solo quiero quedarme preso por robar tu amor, preso por robar tu corazón.
I was able to get Sky Blue from LMFAO to send us a shout out.
What up, y'all? This is Sky Blue, LMFAO Big Bad. I'm reporting live from Las Vegas for Santa Ana College, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to performing with 3 Bar and 2I, and also seeing Pitbull perform live.
Ninel Conde seemed to be in a hurry, and so did Pepe Aguilar, whose fans screamed out to him as he passed by. Without a doubt, the 2012 Latin Grammys at the Mandalay Bay was a huge success. If you were not able to attend, there is always next year. Reporting for Around and About Orange County News, this is Ariana Habas.
Tricksters, do my bidding and show everyone what evil truly is.
So you think nothing can scare you? At Not Scary Farm, wait till you get trapped in one of the new mazes.
It's kind of based loosely on the movie Saw, and you have to find your way out of every single room there is. There's little clues on telling you what you need to do, and you got to figure it out. Could take you 10 minutes, could take you up to 30 minutes, but it's definitely worth the money.
The park first opened this exhibit in 1973 with a 3-day show featuring one decorated ghost town and just a handful of live monsters. Today?
Well, we've raised the bar here at Not Scary Farm. We've got a bunch of new mazes for you. We've also readdressed our older mazes. We've got Trick or Treat, Trapped, Dominion of the Dead, just so many mazes that you'll get to see here. And we also took this event and said, how can we make it scarier for the 40th?
Not Scary Farm is the world's largest and oldest amusement park dedicated to the Halloween holiday. And with 1,000 monsters, 4 scare zones, and even more unique mazes, this is not a place for the timid. There are first-timers and there are lifetimers. Whatever the occasion, all you fear is here.
Tradition, I used to be a monster. I enjoy all the different mazes and the new stuff, and it holds kind of a soft spot.
Yet with 13 separate walk-through mazes and 4 scare zones, there's no telling how fast your fear will make you run through this amusement park. The park is open until Halloween. From Buena Park, I'm Tom Klett for Around and About Orange County.
What do you get when you cross basketball, dodgeball, and boxing? Basket, dodge, box? No, you get our next segment, of course. Stay tuned for the following sports stories that we handpicked just for you.
The Honda Center was invaded by purple and gold, from Laker fans excited to see the team in action for a preseason game against the Utah Jazz. Laker fans were especially eager to see the 2 new All-Star acquisitions, Steve Nash and Dwight Howard.
Orange County Laker fans hoped that tonight would be Dwight Howard's debut as a Laker, but the big man did not play tonight, and neither did his teammate, Pau Gasol.
But luckily for Laker fans, Steve Nash did play, helping the starters Jameson, World Peace, Sacre, and Bryant take the lead early in the first quarter. However, like in the previous preseason games, the Lakers' second unit could not sustain the lead. They went into halftime down 52-32. Things only got worse for the Lakers in the second half. Their lack of defense sparked the Jazz's offense. After 3 quarters, the Lakers were down by 32 points. The only bright spot in the game for the Lakers was Kobe Bryant, who scored 23 points in the third quarter alone. At the end, the Lakers were blown out. The final score was 80-114. The game disappointed coach Mike Brown.
We took a half a step backwards in terms of our execution and ball movement and even our overall defense.
Steve Nash was not content either, but knows the team is still under construction.
We have a long way to go, a short time to get there, so what we need to try to do is get to a place where we can win some games.
Despite the loss, Laker fans should not be too worried. Metta World Peace worked hard this offseason and is in the best shape he has been in a long time.
And I was able to play defense and then get back, and during free throws and timeouts, I recuperated and recovered really fast.
The Lakers will continue to make roster changes as they prepare for the first game of the regular season on October 30th. Reporting from Anaheim, Alejandra Salgado, Around and About Orange County News.
Competitions are fun, but when it comes to sports, everyone has a rival. The University of Irvine's rival is the University of Alberta, Canada. Why? Well, let's just say Canada broke UCI's original record of largest dodgeball game this past February. UCI was not happy with Canada, so 6,084 students got together to take the throne back from the University of Alberta.
It's pretty exciting today. So we're going to attempt, this is our third year attempting to break the world record. Every year we have attempted it, but unfortunately another university has beat us. But this year we're hoping to reclaim our title. We're hoping to get about 5,000 students out and to break the record.
It was easy. There was just 3 steps. First step, sign the waiver. Second step, get your shirt and pick your side, blue or green. Third step, break the record. But in order to break the world record, a Guinness World Record official was on hand to witness everyone go through turnstiles and participate.
The University of Alberta holds the existing Guinness World Record for largest game of dodgeball, and that is 4,979 people. So today UCI needs 4,980 people. So what's going to happen today is that everyone's going to be kept in an enclosed area and then allowed in through turnstiles. We've counted the turnstile numbers before and we'll check them after the fact. Once people are in this area though, they're not going to be allowed to leave.
This is a student-created and driven world record-breaking event. A lot of sponsors have come together to make this possible. Yes, it's yellow versus blue, but the beauty in this is getting a lot of different students together to raise school spirit.
Reporting to you from the University of Irvine, where we're breaking records over here. And around the Orange County News, I'm Alexander Avalos.
Santa Ana's very own boxers took on fighters from all over the nation here at the hangar in the Orange County Fairgrounds. Luis Ramos Jr., Jose Carrera, and Jesus Chuy Gutierrez are all teammates from the TKO Boxing Company in Santa Ana. Luis Ramos Jr. is undefeated, world-ranked, and has 9 knockouts. He fought Noe Bolanos, a fighter from Mexico, who is 24-6 and has 15 knockouts. Luis Ramos Jr. beat Noe Bolanos after 9 rounds.
It's exciting, especially at home, because you don't have to travel so far, you know. I got the pleasure to fight different places, Vegas, Texas, but I feel good either way. If I'm away from home, it's a lot better because I'm more focused. And here too, I mean, I'm focused, but you know, you got my people and everybody else supporting me, so I feel good. I mean, it gets me pumped up.
Jesus Gutierrez made his pro debut and fought against Rocco Espinoza from Las Vegas, Nevada, but lost after a tough battle. Luis Ramos Jr. was there to morally support rookie Jesus Gutierrez.
The best thing I told him is let your hands go, and I know you're going to be nervous. You know, the spotlight, everybody's here from the hometown cheering for him. But you know what, it's something that it comes with it. You know, either you break down or you show up.
You know, I could have won the fight if I would have done different things. Then again, the guy's experienced, not the best record, but very experienced. He has wins, has defeats, but like I said, experience is experience to somebody that my pro debut, and it's been a year layoff, like not being in the ring with the crowd and everything, but just learning experience. I'll be back.
The pros fought hard and were there for each other. Also at the hangar were fighters that came from places such as Alabama, Detroit, and Arizona. Nothing beat the pride and support for the men of Santa Ana. TKO's fighters will train hard in preparation for their next fight, where they hope to bring home a win. Reporting for Around and About Orange County News, I'm Alexis Acosta.
That wraps up our 2012 fall semester of Around and About Orange County News. We'd like to thank all of our producers, reporters, and crew for your hard work this semester. No matter how much fun we have or the struggles we face, this all wouldn't be possible without our executive producer, Professor Terry Bales. I'm sure we can all agree that we're some really lucky students. At Around and About Orange County News, the students worked hard to, I need my line, sorry.
It's the more exciting parts of the OC. Roll it. What? Why'd you make that face? Oh.
Best ways to deter bike thieves are by buying a lock like this. It's called a U-lock. These called U-locks?